Yo, how is it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Down Podcast, where we talk everything Bears every week. I am your host, Chris, and today I am joined by my co-hosts, Parth and Jaylen. How is it going, guys?
What's good? What's good?
So, today we are going to be recapping the Bears' 20-13 win over the Detroit Lions, moving the Bears to 4-5, 2-3 at home. Before I get into any stats or anything, Parth, I'm going to start it off with you, just your overall thoughts on the game.
A much-needed win. 4 straight Sundays with loss has just been depressing. Sucks going to school on Monday. Sunday nights don't feel the same. And I don't care how we won. A win was needed, and it was done.
Absolutely, I would agree with you. I'm going to hop into some stats, and then I'm going to pass it on to Jaylen to talk about the offense. Before we get into talking about the offense, let's go through some offensive stats. Mitchell Trubisky, 16 for 23, 173 yards and 3 touchdowns with an 131 passer rating. Pretty solid game for him. It wasn't consistent across the board, but a good second and third quarter for him, and he strung together a nice game. As far as rushing goes, there's not much to be said about rushing. The rushing attack was okay. David Montgomery with 17 carries for 60 yards. Tariq Cohen with 3 carries for 14 yards. And then in the receiving game, I don't remember seeing much of Allen Robinson, but apparently he had 6 receptions for 86 yards with a 33-yard catch there in the game on 9 targets. Taylor Gabriel with 4 receptions, 39 yards and a touchdown. Tariq Cohen scored a touchdown on a 9-yard swing pass. And Ben Broniker with his first touchdown of the year on an 18-yard catch. It was good to see that come in the second quarter. Jaylen, overall, your thoughts on the offense this game?
The offense definitely could have been better. It definitely could have been better. We started off slow again. 3 and outs after 3 and out after 3 and out.
But what's new at this point? Yeah.
We didn't score until late in the second half, and basically from then on we scored 3 times in a row.
And then went dormant again. Yep.
Yeah, and then the offense went trash again, especially in the fourth quarter. That was the fourth quarter. We played terrible. The blocking wasn't there. Trubisky got sacked multiple times in that fourth quarter. If we want to win against the Rams next week in LA, we can't play like this. The offense has to, stay consistent. Play like we did in the 3 drives that we scored on. It was a fast-paced offense. It was very up-tempo. Mitchell didn't have to think like he usually has to do. He was just throwing the ball. So I definitely want to see that offense more. That's basically my thoughts on offense.
Yeah, I'm going to roll through some stats on the defensive side of the football now. Roquan Smith, the leading tackler with 11 tackles on the day. Nick Kwiatkowski was my player of the game on defense. I think he was incredible, did a good job stepping in for Danny Trevathan, someone who we can assume we aren't going to see for a long time, maybe the entire season. Kwiatkowski came in and did a great job. 10 tackles, 1 sack, and an interception. Great game for him. 6 passes defended for Kyle Fuller and Clinton-Dix, but not the hottest game for Fuller otherwise. And just throughout the board, it was a good game. Someone who wasn't too great, who I haven't seen much of at all this year, unfortunately, is Eddie Jackson. Khalil Mack with only 2 tackles on the day. He was dropping into coverage a bit, and I was confused. But overall, I don't think it was a terrible game for the defense. I think it could have been better at times. Sometimes just playing a little bit too soft zone D, it definitely comes back to bite us. And there's sometimes where I'm thinking we need to pressure these guys more. We need to put more pressure on the Lions with this young quarterback, this inexperienced quarterback. I think we need to do more. Only 2 sacks on the day. That number can definitely be improved. Overall, I would say it was like a decent game. I think it was sloppy all around, but we got what we got done what we needed to do. And yeah, that's basically it. Do you guys have anything to say about the defense?
Where's Mac?
Yeah, for real. I mean, he is getting double teamed like a majority of the game, and then when he isn't, he's getting held.
Yeah, but I mean, he's paid to get sacks. I love the guy. He's amazing, but his production is not there at all.
Jaylen, anything about the defense?
Kyle did not have his best game today. He had a couple penalties.
He's been inconsistent the entire year. I feel like the entire defense has been inconsistent the entire year. It's been a weird year overall.
Yeah, Kyle did not definitely didn't have a good game, but we won, so I'm not tripping.
Yeah. Let's go through and do some player of the games. This is something that we did last year when we used to do consistent post-game shows, which we're going to try and get back on a schedule of doing that soon. But we're going to give a player of the game on the offense and a player of the game on the defense, and we're each going to give our own player of the game, so we're each going to be choosing 2 players. Starting on the offense, I'm pretty sure this one's a no-brainer. I'm going to go with Mitchell Trubisky. If you follow my fan page, the Shy Bears News on Instagram, you'll see I posted about him. I know that of the 3 of us, I am not the biggest advocate of Trubisky whatsoever. There was some murmuring this morning that Cam Newton wants to come to Chicago this offseason. It's going to be interesting to see how the whole situation plays out. I think Trubisky will 100% still be here next season, but I think we all are starting to come to the realization that there is definitely going to be some competition here, whether it be a rookie, someone signing in free agency, or someone we trade for. I'm pretty sure that that's going to happen. But that being said, Trubisky strung together a really good game today. Had good time in the pocket to throw. The offensive line did better. I mean, he was sacked 5 times, but some of those may have been his fault, not being able to sense that he had pressure. Overall, though, very good game for Mitch. I'm going to give the player of the game to him. If one of you guys want to go next.
I agree with you on that as well. I agree with you on that, too. I mean, you could also get to Robinson, but consistently there was many of the production of the offense wasn't there consistently, but when it was there, it was done all by Mitchell. I mean, David Montgomery looked kind of sluggish, even though this Detroit run defense isn't the best, but Mitch Trubisky did his job, 3 touchdowns, and probably had his best game of the season.
Yeah.
Not counting the Washington game so far.
Absolutely. Jaylen, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with QB1 here. Probably his best game since the Washington game when he threw 3 touchdowns as well. He threw some great throws. The one I want to point out is the one to was that Ben Broniker?
Yeah, great throw.
That was a dot, and great catch by Ben Broniker at the same time extending. He had to extend out to go get that one. But I don't think I'm definitely probably I'm definitely a big Mitch supporter. Hopefully he can continue this through the season. Will he? I don't know, because this offense is like we've talked about plenty of times, has been asked this whole season. So hopefully, he can stream a couple games, and he can get back into the playoff fight.
Yeah, Parth, going a little bit off topic here. Obviously, I know you haven't been recording with us until now. I want to know your thoughts on the whole Mitchell situation. Obviously, a lot of people are saying trade for another quarterback or pick up another quarterback. One of those people being myself. I think a change at the top could be beneficial for us. What do you personally see coming next season? Do you think it's going to be a trade? It's going to be someone in free agency, someone in the draft, or not someone at all? Do you think they'll keep sticking with Trubisky? Obviously, you're Trubisky Nation. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
I still think Mitch deserves to start next year, but I think we should add a quarterback and get rid of Chase Daniel.
Okay.
I think Mitch needs to, I think we need to add a younger quarterback and let Mitch know that we have a guy who's capable to start if you're not playing well. Basically.
So you're giving him one more year, hypothetically.
Yeah.
But saying we definitely need to put pressure on him. Okay. So I'm assuming if you're talking about a young guy, that means you're meaning let's bring someone in the draft.
Yeah, I'd love to use a 4th rounder, 5th rounder on a quarterback.
Okay. And I think we could also think about using one of those 2nd rounders on a quarterback. I know we have 2 of those, and obviously there's a hole at the offensive line. But we'll see how that ends up turning out. Let's get on to defensive player of the game. I'm going to go with Nick Kwiatkowski. I already talked about him on my Instagram too. In both games in which he was asked to step up this year, he's done an incredible job of doing that. Moving forward, it's unfortunate if Trevathan does go down. That would kind of suck. But I'm confident that Kwiatkowski can do a pretty good job stepping in. I think he could definitely start on other teams too. I mean, I'm not sure at all what his contract situation is like, being completely honest with you guys. But I definitely think he deserves a chance to start somewhere, and I hope he can prove himself in these next couple games because we're going to need him big time.
I'm going to go with Nick Williams. I think he got his 7th or 8th sack of the season.
Yeah, sixth sack of the season. Most of the team.
Sixth sack?
Yeah, 6th.
So he leads the team. Surprising, right? We would have thought it could have been
Khalil Mack 10 weeks in. Yeah, absolutely. With a healthy Khalil Mack, yeah.
Nick Williams. I think tackling is 4.5, and he doesn't have any in the last 5 games.
Yeah, ridiculous. But yeah, Nick Williams, another name, a guy who has to step up when key players like Akeem Hicks and stuff go down. And you see what he was able to do today. That was great. Jaylen, who is your defensive player of the game?
I'm gonna have to go with Nick Kwiatkowski as well. We lost Danny Trevathan. I think that was the first quarter. That injury was very ugly. It looked like it's dislocated to me, but that might be his last game as a Chicago Bear.
For real, yeah. He's getting old, and his contract isn't the greatest.
He's been very consistent with us. I think he's been with us since, I want to say,
2015?
2015?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
15.
He was with us. His first year was here. He went 3-13. So, yeah, 2016. So, like I said, he's been with a very consistent linebacker. But, he's getting up there in age, and we have other priorities this offseason. And plus, we have Roquan Smith. So, it's definitely not going to be a big drop-off, but, I'm going to miss him as a Chicago Bear if this is his last year. But Nick came in and he played strong. He had an interception. I think he got a sack too, I know he had a couple pressures, but, he was making tackles. I think he only probably missed like 1 tackle this whole game. But both games he played where he was replacing a linebacker, which was the Minnesota game, and this one he played very strong. So, I'm glad he came in and caused a turnover and put points on the board. So, that's going to be my defensive player of the game.
Yeah. Last thing we're going to discuss before hanging it up for tonight is just some improvements that we can make. I'm going to start this one off. Obviously, I think I'm someone that's very much looking forward to the upcoming offseason, and we'll see what ends up happening in the offseason, the quarterback situation, the offensive line, who's calling plays in 2020 should be really interesting. I'm excited to see how it plays out. And whether Parth and Jaylen want a new quarterback or not, I'm pretty sure they're also excited to see how it plays out. I hate to keep saying next year. I still think this team can fight back this year. There's a lot of things that needs to be fixed. We can't play like this every week and expect to go beat a team like the Rams and even a team like the Giants that we play in 2 weeks. So my number one concern is just the consistency of the offense. We saw them show up in the second and the beginning of the third quarter, and that was just about it. It's got to be evenly distributed throughout the game. We got to be able to score when it matters. And we saw the offense dormant basically in the first and the fourth quarters. And yeah, I think another thing just for me with Mitch while he's still playing, if he's still playing, pocket presence for him. I think there's sometimes where he can just get rid of the ball and he takes sacks. He was sacked 5 times, and I would say 2 or 3 of those were probably on him. So I'm going to say going forward that the concern is with the offense. With the defense, I mean, you saw them come to life when the team started playing well, and some role players stepped up. So I'm gonna think that the defense will also be able to hold their own again against the Rams next week in LA. But yeah, the offense has to do more if we want to win that game. So that's my main concern.
Yeah, I agree with you on. I mean, you got to score. We got to score off the bat. I think every game we played so far, except the Minnesota game, we haven't had a touchdown or
and
any
Parth,
points.
who is the quarterback in that Minnesota game?
Mitch Trubisky and Chase Daniel.
Okay, well, no, well, it was Mitch Trubisky with a fumble that got ruled out, that got changed by a flag. But yeah, Chase Daniel led that 75-yard touchdown drive against Minnesota. Mitch Trubisky yet to score an opening drive touchdown.
Chris, don't say
All right, Parth, keep going.
So basically, we need to score right off the bat. I feel like this offense is stagnant in the first quarter, but a lot of that goes into play calling. In the fourth quarter, I felt like Matt Nagy thought we had won the game. He started calling a lot more runs. I just don't think Matt Nagy understands that we always got to keep the foot on the gas. He's known to be conservative at times. So in the fourth quarter, when we were up 20-6, I think we got the ball back. That we could have scored some points there, and it would have closed off the game. But Nagy let the other team come back in the game. So it's not the first time he's done this. It's been many times where this has happened. It's consistent where we always let the foot off the gas, and which also leads to defense to making some boneheaded plays. But at least we won, and hopefully going forward we stop playing conservative.
I would absolutely take 5-5. If you told me, I mean, I wasn't too confident with us coming into this game. We're lucky that Stafford didn't play. If Stafford plays, we're not winning this game. But 5-5 wouldn't be a bad spot, being at 3-5. We always want to go forward, go positive, keep them in the win column. Jaylen, what are your main concerns heading into the game against the Rams?
It's still going to be the play calling for me, and the offensive line play. Now, the offensive line play was better than a couple than recent games, but we still give up I want to say 4 or 5 sacks to the 31st ranked defense in the NFL. That shit is pitiful. But if we want to get in games, like I said, we have to. The offensive line play has to be there, and the play calling can't be trashed like it was against the Chargers. Please do not run Tariq Cohen on the goal line straight up the gap. He's not that type of running back.
Agreed.
We have to capitalize every time we get into the red zone, especially against the Rams. We can't be putting up field goals against a strong offense like the Rams.
I don't know if we're going to be able to put up field goals against the Rams, considering that Pinheiro missed an extra point today. I mean, I'm not saying let's worry about the kicker situation.
We got to kick. No, we got a kicking problem. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
He does not look.
You think we have a kicking problem?
No. I'm saying I don't think we do, but I mean,
I'm talking about Parth.
I think we do.
I don't think we have.
No, I think we do. Dude, he does not look confident out there.
I still wouldn't mind. I still wouldn't mind bringing in another young kicker. I mean, this is for next offseason, but bringing in a guy from the draft, like an undrafted free agent, and just seeing what he can do. Pinheiro's been very spotty, and I think it's because. All right. Anyways, all right. We're gonna end this off here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to follow or subscribe wherever you are listening, whether it be YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. You can find us on all 3 platforms and listen to us there as well. That'll pretty much do it for this episode, though. I say it every week. Stay positive. We're going to keep grinding it out, and hopefully we can make something of this season while it still lasts, because football season ends so quickly. It's going to be over before we know it, considering Thanksgiving is coming, and then Christmas is coming, and then we're in the new year. But that is pretty much it. You can follow the podcast on social media, on Twitter and Instagram at Bear Down. You can also find the links to all of our fan pages on Instagram down in the description. That'll pretty much do it for us, guys, and be sure to bear down, Chicago. Peace.
Mitchell, we'll see you on